recording started. But we do these great Zooms every Friday, and you're certainly welcome to bring your guests, your friends, your relatives, everybody over here to hear the message. And the message is really quite simple. Most companies talk about their products, their management team, their compensation plan, and why the timing is so special. Well, I kind of rearrange things because I think the timing is the most critical issue here with respect to Valentus, because of where they're at in their growth cycle. So I really want to emphasize that. And for all of you that don't know me, I've been in the industry, the network marketing industry, for over 30 years. I built organizations of over 400,000 people all over the globe. I've traveled over 6 million miles. I've been to lots of countries. I've done lots of meetings in almost every place you can think of. And, it really has provided me and my family with an amazing lifestyle. Being able to work from home, right, for the past 30 years, raise 5 kids, and all of those things. So it really has been spectacular. Great decision on my part. I remind my wife about that all the time, that it really was my decision. So hey, what I want to do is just share a little bit of information with you. And as soon as I can get that to come up, then great. And then we'll do this. All right, and as you know, we're all here because of one company, one family, Dave Jordan and his wife Joyce, that started Valentus. And again, thanks for joining me. So that's me prior to losing almost 40 pounds, and my puppy Rocky. So he's the reason I don't have to worry about going out anywhere. I take him along with me, and he protects me. So hey, what I want to talk about is don't become an expert, right? Learn as you go, earn as you go. So that's one of the things that we'll talk about here. Focus on all the money-making activities and don't become an expert. Be a good student so that you can become a great teacher. And 2019 is going to be an awesome year. So, guys, what we're talking about is timing. And I can't emphasize that strong enough, because, making big money in this industry is very easy. I mean, it really is very easy. Now, a lot of people would disagree with me because they joined the wrong company, or even the right company at the wrong time. And, and I'll talk about that in a second. Catching a company at the right time in the growth curve, that really is the ultimate as far as timing is concerned. A lot of people talk about, timing is getting in the beginning. Trust me, that's not the best place and time to get into a company. Now, if the company survives, then it might be, good timing. But as most of you know, most companies don't survive. So, as far as I'm concerned, Valentus is the best kept secret in the world. But that message is slowly getting out, right? As more and more people join us, the company will be 5 years old this July. They are debt-free, millions of dollars in the bank, and over $80 million in sales. Now, when I decided, and I joined Valentus in June of last year. When I decided to do this, I jumped on an airplane, flew up to the headquarters in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And yes, South Dakota. You don't go there now because it's about 40 degrees below zero. But I went up there, and Dave Jordan and I have known each other for about 8 years. And I analyzed the company just like I analyze any company that I've consulted for looking for the weak points, right? The break in the chain. You know, the chain's only as strong as its weakest link. And so that's what I was looking for, was the weak link. And I spent 2 days with Dave, and quite frankly, I couldn't find any weak links. And that's why I decided to come out of being semi-retired and consulting to build another organization, because I knew the timing was right. You know, we've got a global seamless compensation plan, which is absolutely phenomenal, which means, you know, for all of you that don't know what that means, we can sponsor people, enroll people anywhere in the world. We can ship product to anywhere in the world. So that's absolutely phenomenal. For all of you that understand compensation plans, we've got a dual team binary, a coded bonus, and a check match. So 3 of the strongest components that have ever been assembled in a compensation plan. Dave and his wife own everything, right? 12,000 square foot building up in Sioux Falls, negotiating on a second building. All the shipping's in-house, services in-house. And, you know, we've got an experienced owner. We've got somebody that understands what this industry is all about. And that's critical, because I've consulted for a lot of companies that had a lot of these components, but the owner had no experience in the industry, so they didn't really understand the game that they were in. And as a result of that, they made decisions based on previous experiences in the corporate world, which have nothing to do with this industry. We're like, you know, day and night, right? 180 degrees opposite of corporate. So that's a little bit about Valentus. You know, this is the product that really got my attention. Back in May of 2018, I was the heaviest, the fattest, the largest I had ever been in my life. And now I can say that with a smile on my face, but then I wasn't smiling. You know, because I was traveling, I was eating too much, too often, and too well. And as a result of that, I kept gaining weight. And so when Dave Jordan called me, Dave and Rick Geralds called me about Valentus, I told them, hey guys, I'm not interested. I'm not interested in building another team. But, you know, they said, all I want you to do is listen to a call. And I thought, well, what the heck? You know, a call can't hurt. So I listened to that call. And, you know, what it showed me was that there were people getting phenomenal results. And I thought, well, what the heck? I needed to lose some weight. So I ordered some coffee. Got it a week later, started drinking 2 cups of coffee like I do every day. I'm just having my second cup right now. And, you know, lo and behold, I lost 9 pounds the first week. I lost 18 pounds the first month. It's now been 7 months, right? 7 months that I've been drinking 2 cups of coffee every day. I've lost almost 40 pounds. I've gone from 215 to 176. More importantly, my waist has gone from a 40 plus, 40 inches plus, right, down to a 33. I've got about 6-7 more pounds to go. I want to go to 170, get into a 32-inch waist, and I'll be back down to my old fighting weight. So anyway, that's another story. But, you know, that is the product that got me moving in this direction. What I wanted to show you was something that a company that I was involved in early on, right? 1987 is when I got into the industry. I joined this company here, and as you see, we hit $40 million in volume in 1989, and then our growth went almost vertical, right? We went to 240 million, we went to 500 million, then we went to $1 billion, and that company is still around today. One of my good friends is over there and still with that company. I left that company, obviously. He's still with that company, and he's made himself right at $125 million, which is a tad more than most people make in about 125 lifetimes, right? So, I wanted to show you that because that's what I see happening with Valentus, right? It's going through and starting to go into a vertical growth. So if I can get my computer to allow me to move the slide, I'll show you that. There we go. Projected growth curve, right? We're at about $2 million a month and growing at about $500,000 a month. That's a nice pace, right? And here's what I see happening. You know, we're going to hit a critical mass somewhere between 4, 5, 6 million. You know, there's no set standard. And what'll happen then is that we'll go through this incredible momentum that most companies talk about but never ever see. And, you know, it's going to look something like this, right? You know, 2019, and these are the figures that I'm projecting. And I told Dave about this early on. I said, here's what I think is going to happen. This year, we're going to do 40 to 50 million. I think that's a slam dunk. I think that is, you know, very, very conservative, actually. 2020 will be that vertical growth that I'm talking about. We'll go to 400 million. We might go to 500 million. That'll be 10x, right? That'll be a 10x growth from the year before. So if you're going to grow by 10 times, you got to be ready for that growth. You just can't sit there knowing that this wave is coming and not be paddling as fast as you can to try to stay ahead of the growth. 2021 will double up, right? 800 million, might get to $1 billion in sales. 2022 for sure $1 billion, and probably $1 billion plus. You know, so for the next, I say 3 to 5 years, it really is a key and pivotal time to be involved with Valentus. And you know, there's going to be a lot of people that don't get involved, don't get started until 2020. When they see this whole thing going, they're going to get started. But you know what? They're going to be a little late to the party. And that's okay. It's still going to be a great opportunity. Some people are going to get started in 2021. They're going to be a lot late to the party. And but they're going to see the money that's being made and the excitement and the enthusiasm and the events and all of those things, and they'll get caught up in all of that. But, you know, right now it's all about, you know, anticipating the growth and scaling for the growth. And that's exactly in planning for the growth, right? And so that's exactly what Dave is doing right now. He's doing all of those things, like that 27,000 square foot building, continuing to add people to the staff, continuing to train people, and, you know, just having more and more bodies available. So, you know, as far as I'm concerned, there's only one way to get started. And you know, there's other ways. We've got 4 different ways to get started. You can get started for as little as $59. As you see here, you can buy 1 box of product. You can start with 3 boxes of product for $129, 6 boxes for $199, or buy the Business Builder Pack, which is $499. But that opens up some other things, right? It maximizes the compensation plan, which is what you want to do. It also gives you access to a legacy bonus and a global bonus pool. Both of those are very, very profitable areas. And if you don't, you know, you don't have them, you don't have them. So you can only do what you can do. But, you know, the Business Builder Pack gives you enough inventory to get started, to start sharing the products out with people. So if you can start at $499.95 plus shipping and handling, by all means, I would encourage you to start at that position. And let me tell you, you know, how I built the business. And it's very simple. You know, this is a very, very simple business. You know, you got about, if you make that decision that you're going to get started with the Business Builder Pack, you might have 7 to 10 days. You might have 2 weeks. You might have 3 weeks for your product to get there based on wherever in the world you happen to be. But this is what I suggest you do in the interim, right? Is get started. Don't wait for your product to get there. Get started and start making a list of all the people that you know. We all know hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people. Look at your phone. Look at your, all the people on Facebook. Look at all the people that you know from your church, from organizations that you belong to, and start making a list of those. And, if you can, make a list of maybe some of the people that you already know are coffee drinkers and already know might be overweight. Because what you're going to do is you're going to call them up and ask them, you're going to say, hey, Mitch, this is Chuck. Hey, man, don't you drink coffee? Mitch says, yeah, well, of course I do. Why? Why do you want to know? And I go, well, Mitch, let me ask you a question. Did you ever think about losing any weight? And Mitch says, hey, man, I've been trying to lose weight since I was born, right? And so he says, I go to the gym all the time. I try to eat right, and I keep gaining weight, keep gaining weight. And that's usually what happens to people because they don't have the self-control, right? They don't have the self-control. I didn't have the self-control. And I said, Mitch, what I found and why I'm asking those questions is because I found a product. I found a product that is a weight loss coffee. Can you believe it, right? A weight loss coffee. I've been drinking a couple of cups every morning, and the first week I was on the product, I lost 9 pounds. And I didn't do anything different. I didn't diet. I didn't exercise. I didn't do anything different except I drank this coffee instead of the coffee that I was drinking. And so not much of a change for me. And that's the conversation that I have with people. And then I go, hey, Mitch, the first month I lost 18 pounds. Now I'm down almost 40 pounds. So it's important to have your story, right? And then I say, hey, Mitch, what Valentus has done is they don't sell their coffee in a store, right? They don't go out and hire actors and have people endorsing it and pay, large celebrities, large salaries or anything. They don't buy media time. They count on us to spread the word. And if you become one of my customers, I get paid, right? I get paid. It's pretty simple. And Mitch, let me ask you a question. If the coffee works for me, like I know it'll work for you, you're probably going to want to participate in the referral program that we have, right? Mitch says, yeah, of course. Yeah. You mean the company's going to send me money for referring it to my friends? Yeah, that's exactly what they do, Mitch. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to enter you into the referral program, and you're going to get an email from the company. Just read that, and then we can talk about it later. So that's the conversation. Very easy, very simple, very brief, and don't make it any more difficult than it actually is. Here's another question that I ask people all the time, and that is, if there was a chance, let's say it's a 10% chance, let's say it's 50% chance that a $500 purchase and working 10 hours a week, part-time effort over the next 3 to 5 years could or would produce you a 6-figure annual income, would you do it? Most people think about that for a second, and I mean a second, and go, well, of course I would. $500, just part-time effort, a few 10 hours a week, that's nothing. I can do that. And you're saying, I said, well, let me tell you what's happened to me, right? Over the last 7 months, the company has paid me over $70,000 for referring my friends to a great product. Right now, they're paying me about $5,000 a week. And, we get paid every week. 5,000 times 50 weeks is $250,000. So I've created a $250,000 annual income in 7 months. Now, granted, I work the business full time, right? I don't have another business that I'm doing. But if it took you part-time effort, part-time effort would give you a lot more time to to be able to work. So, like I said, this is the product that really hooked me, crushed my cravings, took care of my appetite. I mean, my wife, when I first got on the product, she laughed at me all the time. She said, you know, you never want to go out to dinner anymore. You never want to eat dinner. You never want to eat, period. All you want to do is eat grapes, watermelon, you know, and some fruit and some vegetables, and you kind of pick around at things all day long. And I said, yeah, that's about all I can do. And when I did eat a small dinner, it was a fraction of what I was used to be able to eat. So it really took care of my appetite completely. So if you're looking to do, you know, to lose some weight and to have some extra energy and to improve your mood and your focus and all of those things, by all means, you've got to try this incredible product. We created something called the Play. There's a lot of different variations of what I'm going to show you. And, you know, with this, I started with the Business Builder Pack. And you can either order 16 canisters of the Slim Roast Optimum, or now you can order 350 single-serving packaging, or we call them sticks, your choice. And, you know, you can keep a little bit for yourself, and then you can give or sell the others. I mean, a lot of people are putting, you know, 10 samples into a package and selling it for $20. You know, that's great. I mean, if you want to do that, that's great. And I'm glad somebody came up with that idea, and it gives you a way to recoup almost, you know, double your investment if you do that. But I don't care what you do. You know, I don't care if you give them away. I don't care if you sell them. I don't care what you do, as long as you do something. I want them to go from your house to somebody else's house as quickly as possible. Now think about this for a second. What if you had made those phone calls, you had found people that are interested in losing weight, that drink coffee, and that would like to make some money, and you had a list of 30 people already targeted with their name, their address, their phone number, their email, and them put in the computer by the time your samples got to you, your package, your Business Builder package got to you. Hey, then it's just packaging them up and getting them out. Here's what I've discovered. About a 20% conversion. And what I mean by that is when you send out samples, 20% conversion to becoming an independent representative that buys a Business Builder Pack. Now, some people are going to do much better than that. Some people are going to do worse than that. It really depends upon your relationship with those 30 people. Some people can call people and say, hey, Bob, I found something. It costs $500. I want you to do it. Bob says, hey, man, whatever you say, if you say it's a good deal, I'm in, right? And they just do it without ever trying the product. So some people have that relationship. But, you know, here's why I like the 350 sticks. It's your chances, right? The odds. You know, if you have 15 packages that you're sending out, 15 canisters, you keep one for yourself. At a 20% conversion, you might have 1 or 2 people that say yes. With, you know, sending out 30 packages, you might have 6, you might have 8, you might have 4. But you're going to have more people. You've got more chances. You've got more product going out there. So, you know, that's why I say send that, right? 6 say yes. Now, here's what happens. You're going to do with them just like your sponsor did with you. You're going to help them, you know, start making those phone calls. You're going to teach them exactly what it is we say, the 3 questions. And you're going to get on the phone with them and you know, guide them through that, because this is your chance to help them get started. You know, those 6 have got their lists. They get their Business Builder packages. They send out their 30 samples each. That's 180 going out there to the, you know, to all of their prospects. Now you've got 36 people that said, yes, hey, this is a good idea. I'd like to participate with you. If there's money to be made, I'd like to make some. Well, as a result of those people saying yes, you earned a legacy bonus of $100 times 36, right? Or $3,600. That's not a bad week's pay. You also earn business volume, or what we call BV, and money in the dual team. And you'll learn all about that, but I wanted to give you kind of a big picture. So you've made over $4,000 just by those people saying yes. Now those 36 get their 30 packages together and send them out, and you got 1,080 samples going out the door. And here's what happens, guys. I mean, it starts getting pretty crazy, right? The legacy bonus blows up to 216 people saying yes. The business volume blows up, so now you're at about 25,000. And then those 216 that said yes send out their packages. So you know where this whole thing is going. Will it work exactly like this? No. If it did, then it would be fantastic. But we just don't follow through like we should. And what I mean by follow through, we don't follow up on all of those people like we should. And as a result, some of them don't get started, don't drink the coffee the right way. I mean, I educate people. I write on the sample, if I'm mailing it to them, call me the minute you get this. We need to talk before you drink this coffee, because I want to educate them on the best way to drink this coffee. And that is first thing in the morning on an empty stomach, no food. Can't mix it with pancakes, can't mix it with eggs and bacon. You've got to let it get into your bloodstream. You've got to let it get to your brain, because it works neurologically, right? It works on your brain, the receptors in your brain that control hunger, control cravings, control mood, control appetite, all of those things. So you've got to get it. And the longer you can not eat, and quite frankly, guys, when I have 2 cups of coffee in the morning, I don't want to eat. I mean, my appetite is gone. I usually don't even think about food until well into the afternoon, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 2:30. I had 2 cups in this morning early before 7, and I'm having my 3rd cup, almost done with it now, because I'm having a challenge, working off this last 6-7 pounds. There's not much fat on the bone. So it's been a little bit more difficult. So, but you can see where this whole thing is going. Guys, since I've been in the industry over 30 years, nothing here has changed, right? The companies have changed, the people have changed, but the methodology, of what we do has not changed. What we do is we share the products, right? We send out samples. But I've never had a product like this that worked almost instantly on almost everybody and got results like the Slim Roast Optimum does. So, share the products with people. People ask me all the time, well, how many products do I share? Well, that's up to you. If it's somebody you don't know, maybe 2 or 3 sticks, because you just want them to try it. And then maybe you get them to go to your website and order a 30-day supply. If it's somebody that I do know that says, hey, Chuck, I really want to lose some weight, I'll do exactly what you tell me to do. And that is, I'll weigh myself, I won't eat, I'll keep track of everything for the next 5 or 6 days. And so you put them on a 5 to 6 day schedule, right? And I'm telling you what, if they go on a 5 or 6 day schedule, they're going to see some amazing things that'll happen to them. The other thing we do is share the opportunity. We share videos like this. We share all kinds of other things that the company already has produced. So share the opportunity with people, and you just never know who's going to say yes. I mean, don't prejudge anybody. Don't say to yourself, well, I can't talk to this person because, oh, they make too much money, or oh, this reason, or oh, that reason. I sponsored a person earlier this year that lives in a 17,000 square foot home, has got several homes, has got a private jet that has got a garages full of cars, including Rolls Royces and everything else. He said yes. And you know why he said yes? Because he got results from the product. He got results from the product, and he'd never gotten results from any product before. So he said, yes, this is an amazing product. Because I've found it, I've got to tell everybody about it. So share the opportunity. And then build for the next event. The next event is the next webinar, the next meeting, whatever it happens to be, including the next big event in March in Las Vegas that I know a lot of people from Africa are coming to. And I just applaud you for making that commitment and coming all the way to the States, coming to Las Vegas and coming to the leadership event. But, that's just absolutely phenomenal. I can tell you right now that there'll be people in Las Vegas that don't go, but people in Kenya that do go. So that just goes to show you where there's commitment, there's success. So build for the next event. We're going to have massive success in 2019. And I want to thank you for joining me today. What I've asked Mitch to do, Mitch is a brand new diamond. I'm certainly grateful for all the hard work that he's put in. And I'm glad that I prospected him, several months ago. And I asked him those 3 questions. But, I'll leave you with this. Yes, that's me, right? Yeah, I don't have the stomach that looks like I was 9 months pregnant. It's now flat, and I'm actually starting to get it chiseled down and getting a waist. And who would have thought that somebody, at my age could have got to in a shape like that? So, hey, Mitch, it's all yours, buddy. So I appreciate all the things that you do. I appreciate everybody being here with us today. And take it away, buddy.
Well, great. Thanks, Chuck. Good job. We sure appreciate having you and all your years of wisdom to share with us. Thank you very much. So what I wanted to do for a few minutes is just call on a few people to do some, give us their experience with the product, with the Slim Roast Optimum. My experience is I've lost about 2.2 pounds per week since I've been drinking the coffee for the last 4.5, 5 months. And my waist is smaller and my bank account is bigger, which is really exciting. The company's, or Valentus is now paying me, a check every week that's got a comma in it. That's pretty exciting too. So with that being said, let's call on, let's see here. Let me ask Tiffany. Tiffany, can you unmute yourself and do about 1 or 2 minutes on how you're doing with Valentus or with the Slim Roast Optimum?
Absolutely. Hi, team. How's everybody doing today? I met with Mitch, I'd say early December, and he had shared with me about the product, and I went ahead and I paid the $20 and I got the week's worth of coffee. And all I did was just like he said, I drank 2 cups of coffee a day. And that first week I lost almost 12 pounds. I am so proud to say, and I haven't even shared it with Mitch yet this morning, I am 31 pounds down from then. I started at over 200 pounds and I weigh 170 this morning.
Fantastic. That's great.
It feels great. It's a drastic change. Everybody's complimenting. I'm in a size 6. I haven't been in a size 6 ever. So my clothing is a little bit, sparse right now, but I'm very excited and I love the product. I believe in it. And I just love because the fact I just give everyone a sample and it works with everyone. And Mitch sometimes has to, I'm absolutely terrible. Mitch is working hard with me on being on time and checking my emails, but sometimes Mitch has to call me and say, hey, so-and-so ordered from your site. So-and-so ordered from your site. And it's crazy. I'm like, all I did was give him a sample. So it's just excellent. And I'm just so glad that Mitch introduced me to the company and everybody I've met. I'm looking forward to Vegas, and I'm looking forward to, getting into my size 4 next. So
yeah,
thank
well, we're
you,
going to have
Mitch.
I can tell you, we're going to have a lot of fun with this. Thanks, Tiffany. I'd like to ask Marcia for a quick testimonial about the product. How you doing, Marcia?
Hey, I'm doing great, Mitch. Thanks.
So tell everybody your experience with the Slim Roast Optimum.
I was already friends with Mitch, so I was trying to break through a barrier I had hit trying to lose weight. And he said, "Hey, you drink coffee?" And I said, "Yeah." He said, "So you want to lose some weight?" And I said, "Yeah." So he handed me a canister. He said, "This is all I've got with me right now, so I'm going to just send this home with you. And if you like it, you can just go ahead and buy it." So I took it home with me, and he gave me instructions, and I tried it. And immediately, like in less than 30 minutes, I felt amazing. I was very clear-minded, and I wasn't having any cravings. It was mealtime, and I wasn't hungry. And since that time, I wore size 12 the day we had that conversation. That was October 4th. I'm now wearing a size 4.
Wow.
So, and I feel great. I had to ditch a whole bunch of clothes that don't fit me anymore. They won't stay on, they fall off. And that's a wonderful problem to have when you're bigger than you want to be. So thank you very much for sharing the opportunity. What's happening to me now is people are sending me messages on Facebook and calling me and texting me and emailing me and saying, "What are you doing? And can I do it too?"
Yeah. Fantastic.
So, and people are referring people, they're telling people about it, and those people are ordering product, and I haven't met them. So it's exciting how it's growing so quickly.
Well, thank you, Marcia. Let's see, one more person. How about Joffrey? Are you on here, Joffrey? Can you unmute yourself?
How are you? Good evening.
Good evening. Can you, in Nairobi, Kenya, can you tell everybody how you're doing with the Slim Roast Optimum coffee?
Mitch, is great. It's great. I'm traveling. I'm far away from Nairobi.
Welcome. We're glad you're here. How's it going with you and Slim Roast? Tell your story.
Great. Although now that this is the time I've just started, it's excellent. Good information. We are encouraged.
Great. So how much weight have you lost, Joffrey?
Back to you, Mitch. I've been selling without coffee.
Okay. Well, Joffrey, you're cutting in and out. So your connection's not very good. So.
Yes. Because I'm on.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and move on. Joffrey, thank you very much for the attempt. But like I said, your connection's bad. So I want to go over a little bit more information.
Maybe 1 week or so, I want testimony.
Okay. All right. So let me, I'm going to share my screen really quickly. Hang on one moment. Let's see here. If I can do this. Oop. Yes. All right, there we go. So let's just talk really quickly about, compensation. Chuck didn't really get into that too much. Let me see here if I can do that. I'm just going to leave it up like this. I just say, show me the money, right? Tell me about how I can make money with this thing. Well, as I said, when I saw this and I tried it, and I knew without a shadow of a doubt, beyond a shadow of a doubt, I tried 1 cup and I'm like, okay, everybody I know is going to drink this stuff. And I knew that right away. So I started sharing it with some great people, many of which are here on the call or on the Zoom here. We got Marcia and Tiffany and Marianne, who's done a great job. And all of these people here are because of my excitement in sharing this with other people. I mean, the way I look at it is this. If we know this product works this good, how could you possibly keep it a secret, right? Who in the world would be afraid to say something to somebody when you know something works like that and you can change somebody's life? You know, there's people on this call right here that have lost more weight and feel good about themselves, and they never thought they could. I mean, I'm serious, okay? So anyway, let's talk about the money here. Let's see. Chuck talked about the timing a little bit. I just want to touch on the various ways we make money, okay? So, you know, we've got retail commissions, okay? That's if we, you know, actually retail something to somebody, all right? And that amounts to about 25%. We got this fast start bonus, which is a one-time bonus that happens each time, you know, we bring in a customer or a rep. It pays the same. It's a bonus that amounts to $20, $40, $60, or $100, depending on what they purchase, okay? And we've got this legacy coded bonus, which is extremely exciting. Chuck talked briefly about that, but what it does in essence is it gives us an additional $100 each time somebody buys a business builder pack after the third one. It can get very exciting. So in other words, on a business builder pack where you would normally make 100, after your third one, you actually make 200, which is a 40% commission. Okay, 40% commission up front. So, you know, Valentus, our company, allows us to, you know, make good money up front while we're building this large residual income that we're all after on the back end, right? Okay, as an example, I first got started, my check, I think my first check was $200 and some. My friend Paul, his first check was $425, something like that. I know Dell's on here. I think her first or second check, or actually for a first full month, was about if I'm not wrong, $2,200. So the money can really add up, especially if you get to work, right? Tell a lot of people. And but anyway, but what we're all after is this dual team commission. All right, that's the part that you get paid whether you go to work or not. As an example, I wake up in the morning because of Marianne and her hard work, and Dell and other people here. I go to bed at night. I wake up in the morning, and there's more money there than when I went to bed. Now, that is insane. The residual part of my check, I told you it's got a comma in it, right? But the residual part of my check that I would get paid for whether I, you know, work or not is over $400 a week now. And it's grown each paycheck. It's gone up, up, up. Okay, so initially you start making these upfront bonuses and upfront money, which can pay you really good. And then you, as you're building this back end money, which can not only change your life, but it can change people's life, you know, your family history. I mean, your family for the future. It's really amazing, okay? So the dual team commission, that's a little bit about that. But in essence, without jumping into the weeds on all this stuff, it caps out at $100,000 a week. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think it caps out at $100,000 a week? I can tell you why. Okay, because the company doesn't want to go broke paying out that much money to one person. Okay, that's $400,000 in a month. It's possible. Okay, the top income earner has not yet joined. You do realize that wherever you are in this, you can become one of those top income earners. You can make more money than your sponsor. It's possible. All right. This isn't, you know, some kind of a deal or a scheme that, you know, everybody at the top makes money. The opportunity here for somebody that's any size, any color, anywhere in the world, any age, it's there for you, and you can do it. Okay. So that's the dual team commission. That's the part we're most excited about, or mostly excited about. And then there's this dual team matching bonus. Okay. As an example, Marianne is my personal, as is Tiffany and Marcia. And I help, let's say I work with Marianne's team, which I'm doing right at the moment. And Marianne gets her dual team up to, say, $5,000 a week. Okay. I actually get a bonus of 20% of that. That's $1,000 extra for me a week. So we have these incentives built in here to help other people. This is all about helping other people. Not only can we make a boatload of money, but we help people in the process. We have a lot of fun too, okay? And for those of you that need more information and more details than what I'm going through right here, you know, we can get you a PDF of the comp plan, and you can comb through it, every single detail if you want. But again, I'm not going super detailed on this one, all right? So that would be the dual team commission, the dual team matching bonus. We get we have this 1% global volume shared enrollment pool, they call it. When when you would sponsor or enroll somebody that gets when you do 3 business builder packs in a month, you get a share of this bonus. Okay, 3 business builder packs in a calendar month, you get a share of this bonus, and that will add to your check each time you do that another, couple $100 basically. All right, so it's nice to have that extra money. Okay, and then there's this vehicle bonus. All right, the vehicle bonus is exciting. Let me put that back down there if I can. Oops, sorry. We have this vehicle bonus. So when you reach Diamond, okay, I just reached Diamond last month. You'll start getting paid $400 a month for a vehicle, up to $3,000 a month for a vehicle. Okay, Chuck, as an example, right now he's getting, I believe, about $1,000 a month. No, $800 or $1,000 a month just for his vehicle. So they'll pay for your car. I mean, I don't know anybody on here that wouldn't want to drive a newer model car, right? Okay, let's let the company pay for it. Let's get excited about what's going on here. If you can't tell, I am fired up today, particularly. I don't know why. Maybe I had too much coffee. So anyway, so here's a little bit more about the vehicle bonus, $400 to $3,000 a month. This right here just kind of shows you the average incomes at the different ranks, okay? And again, I'm not jumping into the weeds on all this. If you're a detailed person that's got to know every little thing, we'll get that to you, all right? Notice at the Diamond level, the upper end of the average income is about $5,830. Okay, for an Emerald, about $1,330. Okay, it goes up very quickly. You can see here, Double Diamond up to $12,500 a month. Actually, a monthly income. Triple Diamond up to about $30,000 a month. Blue Diamond, which is where Rick is about up to $75,000 a month. Okay, now there are other ranks actually above that. Let me ask you a question. Why do you think there are other ranks above that? Because people are going to hit those ranks. People are going to get paid that kind of money. John Haremza is a Royal Diamond, which is up from the Blue Diamond there. All right. So as Chuck, alluded to or talked a little bit about different levels, different ways you can get started. Okay. Mainly, the Business Builder Pack is the best way. If you want to make an income, you've got to have the single serving sticks to do so. And this is very important, okay? But really, you can start with as little, with a smaller package and $20 one time. I don't recommend that necessarily, but if it's all you can do, it's all you can do. Get started. Just get started, all right? Get started getting started, right? Okay, so that's, your basic packages, if you will, okay? But just add $20 one time to that, all right? He talked a little bit about, how to get your money back, very briefly. What I tell people is, okay, let's get your money back quickly, your initial investment for the $500 Business Builder Pack, and then get your personal product for free, okay? You can you get 350 sticks, set aside some for free samples, set aside the rest and divide it into a trial pack, sell those trial packs for $20, and what will happen is you'll get all your money back plus some, and you'll have enough money left over to get your personal product each month, all right? We do, by the way, in order to get paid, have to do about $129 of personal product a month, okay? So we have to do that in order to get paid and to qualify and et cetera, all right? So I know I'm going fast, but I'm going fast. So that's the Business Builder Pack. You could ask about that. We're glad to answer some questions at the end after I stop the recording. Okay, we offer a ton of training. We've got live training. We've got these Zooms. Your mentor / upline leader will help you with training. We've got tools like the magazines. But, Chuck talked about this big event coming up in Las Vegas in March. Again, there's people that live in Las Vegas that are part of our team that won't go. And it's crazy. But you know what? There's people in Africa, Micronesia, Hawaii. They're going to get on a plane ride that doesn't cost $100 or $200. And they're going to spend their time and their money to come to this big event because they know it's going to make all the difference, okay? But there's lots of training available, all right? Conference calls, company conference calls weekly, I would just say be a sponge, get on everything you possibly can, learn what's going on here. You want to know why Marianne is so good at this? Because she shows up at everything. Marianne doesn't miss anything. Well, that's how you learn. You learn by being a sponge, right? So you do get notified as to these conference calls, and when things are going on by your leaders, or the company. So you'll have plenty of information there. All right. It's just a fun slide. I say, if you can dream it, you can achieve it. I mean, that's the difference between us and them. Those of us that are going to go out, we're going to change our lives. We're going to change a lot of other people's lives in the process. But it's because, we understand that this is an absolute possibility. A lot of people go to work every day and they're afraid of losing their job. I'm afraid of ever having to get one, honestly. Okay, so I'm a little bit different, but I learned from some great people like Chuck Hansen when I was in my 20s. And as a result, it changed my life and the trajectory of my family. Okay. This is Richard Branson right here. I love this. Somebody offers you an amazing opportunity, but you're not sure you can do it. Say yes, and then learn how to do it later. Coming from one of the richest people in the world, Richard Branson. So we hope you join us and say yes. If not, that's fine too. I'm just going to ask you if you're ready to get going, you're ready to get started. These people that you see here on the screen, we're having fun, making money, changing our lives, changing other people's lives. The picture on the left you see there, that's Rick's $1 million earner pin. Anybody on here want one of those? I do. All right. Maybe you only want to make $500 or $1,000 a month. That's good too. But there's people on here that are going to make $1 million plus. And I could tell who they are on their pictures down there. They're nodding their heads, right? All right. So let me ask you a question. Okay. Are you an A, B, or a C? Notice one of the answers here is I'll think about it. This is not one of the answers, right? It's A, B, or C. Listen, A, you can't wait for me to shut up so you can sign up. That's an A. All right. Now, if you're not in already, that might be you. If you're not in already, okay. And a little bit noisy there. If you're a B, you might have some questions. You just need some more information. That's fine too. Get those questions answered, and hopefully you'll jump on board here with us, and we can change some lives, change your life. And maybe you're just no. You're just somebody that's going to say no. Well, that's fine too. All right. Say no, it's all good. It's not for you. We're glad you were here, and we appreciate your time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop my screen share, if I can figure this thing out. And I want to call on just a couple of people that are achieving on the business side before I end this. We went a little bit long. But Mary Ann just made Emerald Executive. Very proud of her. She's going to go quickly to Diamond, get that car bonus, and get that income up there. But Marianne, can you please spend a minute or two and share with others, with the people on here, what you did to, or what what you would recommend they do in order to get to Emerald, Diamond, et cetera, et cetera.
Hi, it's Marianne here. Emerald is it's nice to have. It just makes you know that you're one step away from Diamond. It doesn't happen by my own work. It's a teamwork. And everybody contributes in some way, some more than others. So the main thing is to stay focused and have a goal, have a target. You cannot do this business without focus, and you cannot do it without setting a target. So once you set a target, you work towards it and remove all distractions, stay plugged into the system, stay humble. Listen to the instructions, work with your upline every day, and work with your immediate downlines who are working. I usually checked on everybody, but some people worked harder than others. So those that worked harder, I worked with them, and some of them went far, way far beyond others in getting me to Emerald, and I appreciate them. I appreciate everybody. I know those that are working are going to hit Emerald next month. And really, the main thing is to focus on getting your 3 and helping them to get their 3. Once you get your superstars, you help them get their superstars. You don't just recruit and leave people. You work through them. And it takes several of them. You have to recruit several people before you get your superstars. But once you find them, you need to work with them because they are excited and they want help. So you drive those legs down, and once you help them get what you want, you get what you want.
Great. Well, thank you very much. You're doing a great job. Almost every, not everybody, but most of the people on this call are because Marianne and I had a cup of coffee, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, ma'am. The African queen, I call her. Okay. So let me ask Dell to unmute for a couple of minutes. Now, Dell's all about the fun aspect of this business for sure, because we get to travel, we get to have fun, we get to meet a lot of people, et cetera, et cetera. Hey, Dell, can you unmute for a second? Dell?
Hey,
oh,
Mitch.
Hey, Dell. Oh, there you are. All right. So, Adele, so can you tell everybody in a minute or two how you you hit Emerald, what, 2 months ago? So tell us a little bit about that. What are you doing to have the success so far?
Okay. Well, I wanted to congratulate everybody that made it to this Zoom training, and also give a shout out, congratulations to Christina, new Emerald in Hawaii.
She's next.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I just want to say that. But
Yep.
I think for me, I got excited. You know, I was looking, and you know, Mitch, we were doing different ventures together, and we were struggling. We were not making the money. But when I got involved, Marianne introduced me to this opportunity, and I knew that, you know, this will work this time because I know two major industries in one cup, weight loss and coffee. So I came on board, and I just started talking to people and sending them samples and, you know, educating them, plugging them into the system, because I know the system is critical for you, for your success. So what I will recommend for everybody is to write down their goals and, you know, make it a clear goal and look at it every day, morning before you go to bed. And like Marianne said, get a target, because if you don't have nothing, you're going to aim at nothing. So just make a goal and go after it. We want to create more emeralds this month. So let's do it, team.
Yep. Thank you, Dell. Are we having fun?
We are having fun.
Yeah, that's right. We're having a good time. So yeah, whether you're all about the fun or helping people or making a bunch of money, it's all here for you. One more person, if I can ask her to unmute, would be Christina, new Emerald, as of last couple of days. Christina, can you unmute?
Oh, okay. Well,
Christina, are you here still?
I don't know. I can show you where I'm at.
Hang on a minute. Who's talking? I'm going to mute that one. Did Christina drop?
That.
She was here earlier. Okay. Christina apparently has dropped from the call for some reason, but in any event, we're going to go ahead and finish up. I appreciate everybody being here. And, again, whatever your goals are, we're here to help you. And, if you want to, get wealthy, if you want to just change your situation, or you want to have a bunch of fun and help people, we're all about that. So again, thank you very much. We're appreciative of your time. I know that that's the most valuable thing you have that you've given us today. Have a great day. Take care.
Thank you, Mitch.
You're welcome.
Thank you.